Antarctica covers 14 million square kilometers. That's 1.5 times the size of Europe. And while there's no permanent population, just scientists at research stations, many countries have already claimed their slices of this icy pie. But how long will this fragile balance last? People have suspected for centuries that a continent must exist in the south. Even the ancient Greeks predicted it. But Antarctica was officially discovered only in 1820 by a Russian expedition led by Bellingshausen and Lazarev. However, the British and Americans disagree and claim their explorers reached it around the same time. And that's when this strange game began. Let's claim a piece for ourselves. The British were the first to say, in 1908, this sector is now ours. Then France, New Zealand, Australia, Norway, Argentina, and Chile followed. It's funny because some claims overlap. For example, Argentina, Chile, and Britain all claim the same areas. It's like dividing up the skin of a bear before it's caught. Except there are no bears in Antarctica, only penguins. But is Antarctica really a neutral zone? Or is there more going on behind the scenes? Luckily, in 1959, world leaders got together and said, "Okay guys, let's not fight." So they signed the Antarctic Treaty, which came into effect in 1961. This treaty declares Antarctica a place for science and peace, banning military activity, nuclear tests, and commercial mining. The most interesting part? The treaty froze all territorial claims. This means countries didn't renounce their claims, but no new claims can be made. A clever way to avoid conflicts. Let's just postpone the issue. But for how long? Today, more and more countries are increasing their presence in the region, and some are even hinting that the rules might need to change. But why is everyone so interested in this frozen continent? Is it really just about science? Of course not. Beneath the ice are huge deposits of natural resources. Scientists believe Antarctica contains oil, gas, coal, iron, copper, gold, and uranium, a hidden treasure chest of raw materials. And that's not all. Antarctica holds 70% of the planet's freshwater supply. In a world where clean water is becoming increasingly valuable, that's a big deal. But there's another threat. If all of Antarctica's ice melts, sea levels will rise by 58 meters, 190 feet. Cities like New York, London, Shanghai, and St. Petersburg could be completely submerged. So, what will win in the end? Environmental conservation or the hunger for resources? So, who are the main players in the Antarctic game today? The historic claimants, the 7 nations that officially claimed sectors. The US and Russia haven't officially made claims, but they reserve the right to do so in the future. China is rapidly expanding its Antarctic presence with new research stations and has made it clear that it's interested in the continent's resources. India, South Korea, Japan, and Brazil are also strengthening their Antarctic programs. Let's not forget the iconic Amundsen Scott Station, located precisely at the South Pole. Operated by the United States, it is among the world's most isolated scientific facilities. Imagine spending time there. 6 months of continuous daylight, followed by 6 months of complete darkness, with temperatures that can plunge to minus 80 degrees Celsius, 112 degrees Fahrenheit. But the real question is, how long will Antarctica remain a neutral zone? The Antarctic Treaty is permanent, but the ban on resource extraction could be re-evaluated after 2048. Some countries are already preparing for this moment, conducting geological surveys, mapping the land, and expanding their presence. Meanwhile, climate change is accelerating. By the end of the century, sea levels could rise by several meters, reshaping coastlines worldwide. So, the battle for Antarctica has already begun, even if it's still peaceful for now. For now, it's a game of scientific programs, diplomacy, and long-term strategies. But how long will this fragile balance last? What do you think? Should Antarctica remain a protected scientific zone, or is it inevitable that nations will start exploiting its resources? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos about the world's history, geography, and geopolitical puzzles.